Daily bite-sized PropTech and real estate news in partnership with Proptech-X. Written by Andrew Stanton, Executive Editor of Estate Agent Networking, and read by me, Elle Wood, Estate Agent Mentor and Marketing. First, the headlines. CMA pressure makes countryside rethink leasehold strategy. Housing Secretary Jenrick bites the dust. Gary Barker exits as Connell's CTO to rejoin Eprop services. So our first story today, CMA pressure makes countryside rethink leasehold strategy. There has been quite the scuffle going on between the Competitions and Markets Authority, CMA, and Countryside Properties, a superscale developer of new homes. The row had been about properties being sold with leasehold contracts that allowed ground rents to be increased to elevated levels the longer the properties were owned. This ratchet effect meant that properties would be blighted for resale and owners would face increasing payments as the costs escalated. Countryside has promised to stop selling homes with the doubling clauses appended to them, and it has also promised that those who had a leasehold agreement would only have to pay the amount set out in the first schedule, with no further rises. This is a huge win for the present and future home buyers, leading other developers to also change their terms, per Simon and Barrett, to name just two. Next, the Housing Secretary Jenrick bites the dust. It has been announced that Robert Jenrick has been sacked as Housing Secretary in Boris Johnson's latest cabinet reshuffle. Many seem genuinely surprised that fresh-faced Robert Jenrick has lost his position as Secretary of State for Housing at the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government, a role that he held for just over 2 years. Jenrick did well to stay in post for so long, given his proximity to certain movers and shakers, his backing of a certain development in London, the ongoing cladding scandal, plus, of course, his planning reforms, to name just a handful of controversies. Sure, it is never easy being a politician. Sound bites that promise 300,000 new homes are hard to keep, especially during a global pandemic. You get the impression that anyone in this post is doomed to fail. That pattern is all too evident, and every time a new housing secretary loses their job, the joined-up dots approach to a cohesive housing structure is lost. Effectively, they're just replaced by the next person with bright ideas and a cohort of advisors and Whitehall officials with their own agendas. More soundbites, more promises. Michael Gove, who has recently been in the spotlight for resurfaced audio containing racist and homophobic language, will step into the role and try and move the needle on the new homes target. Will Gove succeed? Highly unlikely. Will Gove still be Housing Secretary by 2025? It's a 50-50 call, and that is the problem. Zero continuity. Final story today, Gary Barker exits as Connell's CTO to rejoin Eprop services. Gary Barker, fresh from helping Connell's sort out their tech reconfiguration, is to reunite with John Cook and the Eprop services team to focus on technology solutions. Barker is a genuinely likeable man. His attention to detail, passion for innovation, and understanding of how to add a considerable EBITDA margin for large companies have made him a firm favourite in the worlds of real estate and PropTech. John Cook, CEO of Eprop Services, said, "Very happy to have Gary back within the Eprop Services family as a board member. His expertise and vast experience will continue to help us focus on providing innovative technology services." In the last year, having dealt with over 200 high-level individuals in the technology space adjacent to property, it's been clear to Andrew Stanton himself that few people really know what is going on. They're the ones driving real estate and PropTech forward into the new age. Gary Barker is definitely among them, and Eprop Services have pulled off a coup to acquire his services once more. If you have a view, please let us all know by emailing Andrew himself at editor@estateagentnetworking.co.uk. Andrew Stanton, Executive Editor, Moving Property and PropTech Forward. Don't forget, on Sunday, Gas Safety Week ends. Feel free to get in touch with me, l@lwood.co.uk, for a short video to attract more landlords. Have a great day.